Hello, I wanted to go over this worksheet and talk to you about Copernicus and the heliocentric model. And we got a couple of images up here. First of all, this is Nicholas Copernicus, and there's a little bit of information about him and what he did. But the big thing was Copernicus changed our understanding of the structure of the universe. So the long-held belief, what people believed for a long time, because when they looked up at the night sky, this is what they saw. They said, well, the Earth must be the center of the universe, and everything else must be going around the Earth. That was a geocentric model. The planets, the moon, the sun, and all the stars. And for hundreds, thousands of years, that's what people thought. It wasn't really until Copernicus, who actually did quite a bit of work on this and would write a book about the evidence that he had collected and what his hypothesis was a heliocentric model. Helio is referring to sun. So a heliocentric means sun-centered model, where the sun is the center of the solar system. So that's a little different than saying Earth is the center of the universe. But the idea is that the sun, this is one of his early drawings. The sun is in the middle, and then you see all of the planets going around the sun. And of the known planets at the time, up to Saturn, he had actually put the planets in the proper order: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. And then the last shell would have been all of the stars going around the sun. So this is the first model that really puts the sun as the center of our solar system. Now, this fixed one of the big problems that astronomers had, which was the motion of the planets in the night sky. Now, when they watch the stars all move together. Okay, that's fine. The sun and the moon were very predictable in how they moved through the sky, but planets did this, some of them, not all of them, some of them did this weird motion called retrograde motion. And instead of going in just a straight path across the sky, what planets would do when you look up at the night sky, what they still do, is over weeks and weeks of time, they'll move in one direction, but then they turn and move back in a different direction before turning again and going in their original direction. And this has to do with the fact that Earth is going around the sun, and our position changes as it goes around the sun compared to whatever planet we're looking at. So it can cause this retrograde motion, this back and forth movement across the night sky over, weeks or months. And it's only the planets that do that. So his model, Copernicus's model with the sun in the center, actually fit really well with retrograde motion. It made sense of retrograde motion, and they didn't have to do anything unusual or fancy to explain the retrograde motion. It just fit the sun-centered model really well. There was another thing, though, that he suggested that we would later find out to be true, is he suggested that not only is the Earth going around the sun, but that the Earth is spinning like a top. So it rotates on its axis, right? So you have a north-south pole, and the line running through the north-south pole, Earth spins on its axis. And that's one of the things that he used to explain why it looks like the sun is going across the sky so quickly, or why the moon is going across the sky so quickly. And then finally, when Copernicus published his book, he actually didn't publish it until just before he passed away. And he did this on purpose. He knew that it would not be received very well at the time, and he was right. It was very religious-driven society at the time, and this went against the teachings of the church. So he would have been considered a heretic. He might have been punished for his thoughts. But since he didn't publish till just before he died, he was able to avoid all of that stuff. Even then, though, his ideas weren't really considered and taken seriously for another 100 years or so. But Nicholas Copernicus, drastically changed our understanding of the universe. All right, thank you.